Well guys, I guess it's official. They've buffed the worst gun in the entire game in Roblox Rivals. If you want to know what changes they made to this gun, then be sure to watch to the end of the video. And of course, I'm going to be giving away a legendary key bundle and a season 1 bundle for 100,000 subscribers. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is like, subscribe, watch to the end of the video, and comment which one of the two you want. And with that being said, let's get on with this video. So in this update, they actually really didn't change that many weapons in terms of balancing changes, but one of the secondaries in this game that I consider to be one of the worst guns in the entire game actually got a little bit of a buff. Nothing too crazy, but it got a little minor change that I think makes it a lot better. And of course that gun is actually the Shorty, which again, I used to consider this one of the worst guns in the entire game. It was pretty reliant on the freeze ray in specific to be a reliable secondary, but there's been a little change to this that I believe has made it somewhat more enjoyable. As you can see here in the patch notes, oh my god, it just took me into the game. Okay, yeah, as I was saying, you can see there are 5 guns that got a buff. I've already covered 3 of them in the previous video, so watch that after you finish this one. But today we're looking at the Shorty, of course. And if we scroll down here to the Shorty in the patch notes, it says the Shorty was too reliant on the freeze ray, which I kind of just said. But here's one of the buffs. It says the damage drop off start range increased from 0 to 7.5 studs, so the damage doesn't drop off immediately. And second, of course, is the damage drop off into damage. So the lowest number that you can do was bumped up from 18.5 to 25. So if one pellet hits, it does 25 damage, which is, I believe, the exact same number as the shotgun, which I find pretty interesting. And of course, as I mentioned here before, it says the damage drop off start range increased from 0 to 7.5 studs. 7.5 studs really isn't all that much. In fact, it's probably really not all that noticeable, to be quite honest. You can just, you know, do a little more damage when you're right up in their face, which, I mean, that's kind of what you were using this for anyway. Which one thing I'm actually curious about, which we might dive into later into this video, is how does the Shorty actually compare to the actual shotgun? That's something I guess we're about to figure out, but as you can see there, I did 54 damage, which, you know, that's not too bad. Definitely a little better than before, but it could be better. I don't know how I just did 5 damage to one of those guys. Maybe it's 25 damage if you hit all pellets, I'm not too sure. Or maybe it, yeah, that said 5, what? Okay, maybe I got something wrong here. Maybe it's 25 if you hit all pellets, which, you know what? I mean, it's still a little better, still better than 18.75. Okay, I just almost killed that guy. Where did he go? Okay, I mean, he's dead now, but yeah, let me see if I can kill this guy. Get up close to him. 64, not bad. He just tried to snipe me. Oh, I'm being recognized in game once again. It's every single video, man. Yeah, so I'm not sure if they changed the ammo count on this thing. I'm already out of ammo. Yeah, let me kill this guy for some extra ammo. Yeah, die please. All right, yummy, bro. Okay, so, oh my god, I can't even record a video, bro. Okay, so it's 4 reserve, 2 just straight up. I thought it was 2 and 2 before the update. If they did change something with the ammo count, they didn't mention it. So I'm not gonna specifically say that they changed something, but I mean, I swear it was 2 and 2 before. But yeah, let me see if I can. Well, I just missed all my shots in typical fashion. Okay, yeah, I want to compare the shotgun stats to the Shorty stats. As you can see, 7.5 times 10 to 2.5 times 10. The Shorty is the exact same damage. Okay, but the question's more of the drop off. It starts at 7.5 to 25. Yeah, this is 10 to 50. So the shotgun actually has much better drop off. But that's something that I think is really interesting. The Shorty and the shotgun actually have the same exact damage, which is a little weird to me because the Shorty itself has always felt like a much weaker gun compared to the shotgun. But I mean, if the damage is the same, yay. But the thing about the shotgun is that, you know, it has 7 rounds where the Shorty has 2 and you barely get any reserve ammo, so that kind of sucks. One thing that I do also find interesting is that the cooldown is 0.7 on this and it's 0.12 on the Shorty, which means the cooldown on the Shorty is actually faster. So that's one thing that the Shorty's actually better than the shotgun with, I guess. Yeah, I think the spread of the Shorty's a lot worse as well, which the spread is the actual the spread is like where the pellets go when you shoot it. As you can see, that's what the spread looks like. Let's compare that to the shotgun. Yeah, as you can see, the shotguns is, well, I mean, they're similar, but the Shorty is definitely a little looser. So that means that, you know, even if the damage is the same, right, you'll be hitting less pellets with a Shorty when you're further away from the other guy compared to the shotgun. Basically, that just means that the shotgun works better at longer ranges, which I guess is, you know, it's pretty noticeable. You can't use the Shorty past, you know, a couple studs, which if you don't know what studs are, that's kind of like the unit of of measurement in Roblox, which I don't know how to explain it more past that, but it's basically a distance thing, right? Compare it to like feet, exactly. In fact, I think 1 stud is equal to 1 foot, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, let me kill this guy here. Kind of want to do a little comparison between the shotgun and the shorty, just if I don't die. Yeah, I think it's very cool that they buffed the shorty, at least a little bit after the most recent update. Now, the big question is this still a good gun? No. I think this is probably still the worst gun in the game, even after the buff, but it's not as bad, right? It went from a turd to a polished turd, pretty much. That's what happened to the shorty. Now, a lot of people do like to use the shorty with the freeze ray, and they think it's just such a goated gun. You know, they're like, oh no, the shorty's so good, I swear, you know. Use the freeze ray, you can 2-tap them instantly, and it's like, if you rely on a utility to make a secondary work, I don't really think it's all that great of a gun. I like my secondary to just simply work without using anything else, right? And of course, there's like the warper. And of course, that has its own little gimmick to it. You know, it doesn't do any damage, but you know, it's a gimmick gun. The shorty, on the other hand, right? It's just straight up bad. There's no excuse for it. Can this guy stop chasing me with a knife, please? Please, I'm sick of it. I hate knife users, bro. I'm kidding. I'm just slightly annoyed. That guy said he watches my videos, so I don't want to say that I hate him. He's just noticeably better at the game than I am. Yeah, I only have 13 points, bro. I'm stinking it up. I guess that's just kind of proof to show that the shorty, you know, it's not that great. It's not that great of a secondary at all. Like, bro, if I had slingshot or revolver, I'd be much better off right now. But yeah, in terms of close range guns, shotguns in specific, the shotgun is much better than the shorty. In fact, the new Distortion is probably a better shotgun than the shorty is, because I believe the Distortion is a shotgun in like a sort of weird way. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of a shotgun, but kind of not, because it has splash damage, whereas, you know, like the shorty and the shotgun don't. Which I'd love to make more videos on the new guns, but people don't seem to be as interested. Yeah, if you want to see more videos on these, like comparing them to other guns, that's something I haven't really done on this channel much, is comparing Rivals guns to other guns in the game. I know I did that for games in the past, but we'll see. If that's something you're interested in, let me know in the comments. It looks like the Distortion actually has a pretty consistent damage as well. It's oh my god, it just happened again. Yeah, it's 6 times 5, which that's 30 damage if all the pellets of this thing hit. I think it's like 3 pellets. I don't know. I don't know how this thing works. I need to use it a little bit more. Ain't no way there's a level almost 700 in my game. We're screwed here. Yeah, I had to join a real game because it kept putting me in the same game over and over again, and it was on it was on gun game, and I don't want to play gun game because I have to showcase these guns. But yeah, there's a strategy that I want to check out here. Okay, that guy didn't get stuck. Okay, yeah, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, one thing I was gonna suggest, you know, if you're really into long range combat, or sorry, close range combat, you could use the Distortion here, make a portal, and then once the other player gets stuck in the portal, just use the shorty on them, because then you can damage people in the portal and not like, and it won't like unstuck them. I don't know how to describe it. You know how you freeze somebody with a freeze ray and you shoot at them and then they're not frozen anymore? Yeah, people stay in the black hole with this thing. Okay, yeah, I'm not playing with this guy, bro. Like, this wouldn't even be a problem if I could just manually select which game mode I want to play instead of being forced to play gun game. It wouldn't be a problem at all. Like, I've had to relog like 3 or 4 times already just to get into a free-for-all game. It's definitely ruining the player experience here, and I don't think they understand that, but I'm not the only one that has this complaint, bro. Like, I don't want to play gun game. If I want to play gun game, I'll go play Arsenal. All right, let me see if I can do the strategy here. How did he not get stuck in that, bro? Ain't no way. Put that thing right on top of him. Yeah. See, look, how? They might have changed the radius on it. I don't know. Okay, so TLDR, shorty buffed, shorty still bad. See that video on screen? Yeah, YouTube thinks that you'd like it, so go ahead, give it a click. And if you did enjoy the video, drop a like and subscribe.